Hello, good evening and welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kojobaka. And looking at our stories, the International Monetary Fund is urging government to be tactful and strategic over its current market intervention program. Abebe Selassie is the director of the African Development at the IMF and has been answering questions from journalists in Washington, D.C., USA.
The issue of FX market performance in Ghana in recent months. Just had a conversation about this with Governor Johnson. Also, I think, a year ago, perhaps a couple of years ago, all of the concern in Ghana was about uncontrolled depreciation, a lot of challenges, and that was related to, of course, the fundamentals of the economy, where there were a lot of difficulties. The debt issue hadn't been, was just surfacing and playing out. So it's been generally good to see stabilization returning to the economy in Ghana. Economy beginning to recover, inflation beginning to decelerate, and sign of confidence, allowing the exchange rate, the CD, to stabilize and maybe even begin to appreciate. Like all such things, of course, there are pros and cons. One is the competitiveness issue that you mentioned. It's not the only thing that affects competitiveness. There are many other things, but an excessively appreciated exchange rate can also have a bearing on this. So, as always, and this is why we're so full of admiration for policymakers in the region. When you have relatively shallow capital markets, foreign exchange markets, money markets, this kind of volatility can be very disruptive to the real economy also. So it's about trying to strike a balance. Too much interference can itself cause problems. When you have a lot of froth, of identifying them and trying to calibrate policies to minimize that froth. So it really is about striking the right balance. But, the direction of travel we feel is the right one, and the appreciation reflective of some fundamentals. But you don't want, that also to get too frothy.
Senior finance lecturer at the University of Cape Coast Business School, Dr. Seram Kawo, has stated that the 2026 budget will be a determinant of government's commitment towards fiscal discipline. He argues assurances are not enough, but committing to fiscal prudence is the surest way to economic stability. Speaking to Joy Business, Dr. Kawo urged government to use the 2026 budget to inspire confidence in the economy.
They are still enjoying the honeymoon. They've played a good role in ensuring that they do not spend unnecessarily. We just hope that they will continue to maintain this, close the revenue leakages that are happening in the system. The tax reforms that they told us that they are going to implement, we're hoping that in November, when they read the next budget, that these tax reforms will come on board so that we mobilize enough tax revenue in the country. In terms of gold board that is working and mobilizing gold, the environment is being destroyed. We also hope that they will tackle that destruction that we are having in the environment. Otherwise, we will come back to zero. Because once we destroy the environment, we destroy our forest reserves, our water bodies. Life is what we are destroying. And we would come back in spending more money in solving some of these issues in the country. And so I hope the finance minister will stick and the government will stick to their words. We've turned around the corner and turning around the corner has turned to something else for everybody, and it was an agony for us. And so we don't want to go back to these same situations in the future.
The Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana, IBAG, is intensifying efforts to improve public understanding of insurance through a nationwide awareness campaign. The move is designed to educate Ghanaians on the crucial role brokers play in protecting the interests of policyholders. More in this report.
The month of October has been set aside by the Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana to raise awareness about the relevance of insurance brokers and the value of insurance in securing the future of individuals and businesses. President of IBAG, Shaibu Ali, says many Ghanaians still underestimate the importance of insurance, even though it serves as a vital financial safety net.
So IBAG decided a couple of years back to go out there to the public and let them know what insurance broking is all about. Because over time we realized that people in Ghana knew so much about insurance companies but knew very little about insurance broking. That's why we instituted the month of October as a month within which we'd have a lot of interaction, media interactions, to let people know what broking is about. That simply is it. It's a lot more convenient for you as a consumer of insurance to do whatever interaction or transaction you want to do on insurance through the services of a broker. Because a broker is also an insurance professional, just like the insurance company. The broker sat in the same classroom with the insurance underwriters. And so whatever that the underwriters know, the broker equally knows it. So when the broker is leading you as a client to purchase an insurance, he leads you with a lot of knowledge.
He also emphasized the need for the public to comply with compulsory insurance policy, which are designed to protect lives and property.
Using the service of a broker does not cost the client anything more. It doesn't cost you 1 Ghana cedi more or 1 Ghana peso more. Rather, you can get to do a lot of savings because the broker would know where to get a cheaper product for you from. The crux of the matter is that the broker is paid from the premium that you pay to the insurance company. With or without a broker, you'll still pay the same amount. So it's not like if you go direct, the product is going to be 100 cedis. If you go through a broker, it's going to be 120 cedis. No, it is the same price, but the insurance company is obliged to pay the broker if there is one on the account. So hitherto, some of these insurances have always been compulsory, but the sanctions were quite lenient, penalties that you pay small money, but now they have been made quite strict. And the highest, for example, is that you can go to jail between 1 to 5 years. If you must take a compulsory insurance, like a professional indemnity insurance, and you don't take it, and there's a problem, you can be jailed between 1 to 5 years. So the punitive measures have been made more stricter now.
The campaign themed "The Insurance Broker, Your Gateway to the Insurance Market" is expected to run throughout October with educational activities across the regions to demystify insurance and promote greater public participation in the sector.
And to some other news, the Free Zones Authority says it is working on attracting new investment into the country's industrial sector. Deputy Chief Executive of the Free Zones Authority, Musa Hamidou, stated that President Mohammed's recent trip to China and other foreign countries will birth a new wave of foreign investments and partnerships in the country's industrial sector. He spoke to the media on the sidelines of a float organized by the authority as part of its 30th anniversary and also drive awareness about its offerings.
As part of activities marking 3 decades of transforming the country's export landscape, the Ghana Free Zones Authority, established in 1995, has recorded total export revenues exceeding $35 billion, while creating more than 40,000 jobs. Current global trade wars have highlighted the need to develop a robust industrial sector that promotes self-sufficiency. Speaking on the sidelines of a float organized by the authority as part of its 30th anniversary celebrations, Deputy CEO Musa Hamidou expressed optimism that government policies will attract new investors into the country's industrial sector.
I think on issues of the initiatives, the central government, particularly the president, has taken the bold step and to engage with some very important countries. You have seen recently he's been to China, he's been to Japan, and in fact to other places. All these things are to ensure that we strengthen our multilateral and bilateral relationships with these countries, and particularly to allow our investors to leverage on some of these platforms to be able to strengthen their businesses.
He also shared details on the objectives of the float and outreach programs organized by the authority.
There's a chain of programs that we are running. Yesterday we were at the Ghana Prison Service to do a donation to support the prisons, and we have had a lot of conversations, and I think that the Ghana Free Zones is doing very well. There are a lot of things that are very innovative, and this is to support or open up the opportunities for our investors and prospective investors who want to come to Ghana. This is the opportunity for us to let people know what Ghana Free Zones is doing. We have 30 years, and we are doing a lot of programs. The programs are numerous, and I think that it's to the benefit of our enterprises and to the benefit of the entire public.
I want to stay a while longer with the Free Zones Authority, but this time around in the Ashanti region because they are adopting strategic measures for local small and medium enterprises as well as large industries to leverage the government's new policy under the special economic zones. Many local businesses in the region continue to struggle in exporting their products, citing concerns over the minimum capital for exports. But the Free Zones Authority in the region is enhancing its operations for businesses to take advantage of the export policies to stimulate industrial growth and boost productivity. More in this report.
Staff of the Ghana Free Zones Authority in the Ashanti region took to the principal street of Kumasi propagating the mandate of the office in supporting local businesses. The sensitization work is part of activities earmarked for the 30th anniversary of the Free Zones Authority since its establishment in 1995. The celebration is held on the theme 3 Decades of Impact, Empowering Businesses, Transforming Trade in Ghana. It highlighted and reflected the authority's impact in promoting industrial growth in the country. Samed Akalilu is the Ashanti Regional Manager of the Free Zones Authority.
As an export-led oriented entity or government body, it is our duty to ensure that we stimulate the economic environment by making sure that we contribute to that enabling environment for businesses to take advantage, to go into what we call value-added export. For us as an entity, we believe that it is only when we add value that a lot of jobs will be created for the numerous young people in this country. And once jobs are created, it means that a lot of people will live meaningful lives. And again, we believe that once a lot of people go into production, adding value, the forest issues will be addressed because we are aware of the dwindling fortunes of our currency, sometimes the cedi, because most of the things we consume as a country are imported.
The export processing zones are set to be transformed into special economic zones to drive industrialization, boost exports and create jobs. But what's in for the region? Mr. Akalilu explains the benefits of the authority in supporting especially local, small and medium enterprises to leverage the new initiative.
What the Free Zone offers, what the scheme offers, is that we do not have a minimum capital requirement. I mean, most of the agencies will tell you that you need to have $1 million or say the equivalent of that to be able to register and enjoy all the freebies, if you like. The Act of Free Zone and what we offer is that it is zero minimum capital requirement. However, you cannot establish a business if you do not have something to stand on. So we are saying that, yeah, just show us that there are prospects. You don't even need to show us the market, outside market in its totality. You just have to have what we call an off-taker agreement with a company outside Ghana. And by our concept, outside Ghana doesn't mean abroad, as in US, UK, and all. It could even be Togo, it could be Benin, it could be Nigeria. Once you have an off-taker agreement, Free Zone is your place.
Meanwhile, the regional office is calling for more investments into the Ashanti Technology Park, which is still under construction at the Bankra Inland Port, to drive industrialization in the Middle Belt. For JoyNews, my name is Emmanuel Bright-Kweku.
Ghana's construction industry has strong growth potential, but is held back by poor cost management, leading to project abandonment and debts. With major projects underway under the 24-hour Economy and Big Push initiative, experts are calling for greater value for money. Surveyor Dr. Na Ajile Dwampo is urging the inclusion of cost experts in national planning to boost efficiency. More in this report.
Although Ghana's construction industry holds immense potential to drive structural transformation and economic growth, the sector continues to be constrained by cost management challenges. With government's ambitious 24-hour economy initiative and the Big Push program aimed at expanding major road and infrastructure projects nationwide, experts are calling for renewed focus on cost efficiency to ensure value for money. Chair of the Continuing Professional Development Subcommittee of the Quantity Surveying Division at the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, Surveyor Dr. Na Ajile Dwampo stressed the need to strengthen cost management practices to promote accountability and deliver sustainable infrastructure.
Infrastructure projects, like all other projects, are initiated to provide value to the client and the public. But I'm sure you'll attest with me that the biggest concern for people today is whether we are truly getting value for money for our infrastructure investments. Now, the phrase value for money is often used but not always understood. Value management is not the same as cost cutting, and it's also not only about money. It is not something that we do when our budget is tight, but it's also not an optional exercise.
Dr. Domekpo also underscored the importance of including cost experts in national development planning.
So while value for money involves multiple stakeholders, we, the quantity surveyors, play a particularly vital role in influencing how value management is implemented on projects. In fact, successful infrastructure delivery cannot happen without the input of cost experts. But infrastructure development plays a key role in Ghana's socioeconomic growth, and discussions like these are essential to improve how we plan, procure, and deliver our values to our communities.
The upcoming 2025 Quantity Surveying Divisional Annual Conference, themed Integrating Value Engineering into Infrastructure Procurement, will be held in Cape Coast, bringing together quantity surveyors and industry professionals to explore strategies for improving efficiency and ensuring value in Ghana's infrastructure development.
Let's now pause for a breather. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Prime Business. Ghana's creative industry has received a major boost as the Africa-Europe Partnership for Culture officially launches its Here in Ghana cluster. Now, speaking at the launch, the cluster coordinator for the Africa-Europe Partnership for Culture in Ghana, Alice Ochre Johnson, says the initiative aims to empower cultural entrepreneurs and festival organizers with funding, training, and international exposure.
Africa-Europe Partnership for Culture, funded by the European Union and implemented by the Goethe Institute, is creating new opportunities for Ghana's creative sector. According to the cluster coordinator for the Africa-Europe Partnership for Culture in Ghana, Alice Ochre Johnson, through grants up to 100,000 euros, the project supports festivals and cultural organizations in areas such as music, film, visual, and performing arts.
We are happy to launch the project in Ghana, finally, even though the West Africa component was launched in Ouagadougou in July. This presents an opportunity for Ghana as a cluster to also, partake in this project. So today's launch of the project, the AEPC project, will contribute to Ghana's cultural scene or for organizations in a way that it gives us the leverage to benefit from funding opportunities. Now, if you apply and you get a grant, you get a chance to win money or funds that will be used for the development of your organization or the individuals that run the organization.
She further encouraged festival organizers in the industry to take advantage of the available grant before the November 2nd deadline.
I'm calling out on any festival in Ghana that is under film, music, performing arts, visual arts, heritage, or literature to come out and apply for the project. The funding that is available for 100,000 euros that you can win. If your festival has been in existence for the past 5 years and has a track record of managing funds well, you have the opportunity, as long as it is registered in the country, to apply.
The European Union Ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency René Skinbach, says the partnership underscores the EU's long-term investment in Ghana's art and creative sectors, from literary festivals to cross-continental cultural projects that connect people and communities through creativity.
Exchange and creative expressions are vital forces for social cohesion, but more than that, they build bridges. Bridges between communities, between people, between countries, and between continents. Bridging cultures are at the very heart of the European Union's partnership also with Ghana. We are committed to building bridges. And it's not just a rhetorical commitment. The EU has consistently invested energy and resources into supporting Ghana's art sector and creative industries, and we are determined to continue. And this year, we will launch Sankofa 2, a new program designed to bolster Ghana's creative industries and cultural heritage. Today, we take another leap forward by launching the Africa-Europe Partnership for Culture, the AEPC.
Thank you so much for making time to watch Prime Business. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Daniel Cranton is next with Prime Sports. Do have a lovely weekend.